Well, Brad, a big occasion for the footy club tonight. What was the most disappointing aspect?
The inability to execute both what we set out to do and our just simple, not even skills under pressure, because St Kilda are a good pressure side, and we like to think that that's a cornerstone of the way we play too. But you make mistakes under pressure, okay, that's one thing, but it's just simple, basic, fundamental skill errors, simple things that you should execute. Makes it very difficult to play the way you want to play.
It was a carryover in some ways from the Richmond game, wasn't it? The way you started was a comedy of errors.
No, there's no shying away from the fact that we just made fundamental errors that allowed the opposition to score really easily, and you don't score yourself, and they score on the back of the indefensible. So, and I thought we didn't defend overly well throughout the night either. So in the end, there's no question that the scoreboard flattered us. It's a pleasing thing on one hand to be able to fight out the game and keep coming, and we always play with the intention to win, not to have an honourable loss and not to get scored against a lot. But the fact is we were never in a winnable position, and we've to St Kilda's credit, they got themselves into a winnable position and held on, and we were never able to trouble them really. So we've got to change some things with the way we train in particular to get our skills back to the level that they were early in the year if we're going to compete with the best sides.
Did you handball too much tonight?
I just thought we invited a good pressure side to pressure us, and they took the invitation willingly.
So the handballs were sort of attempting to get out of trouble rather than generating attack?
Oh, look, there's sometimes that you need to accept that the opposition's pressure is coming at you and just keep it simple. And we knew what was coming. It wasn't a surprise at all. So we just didn't distinguish the really simple when are you under pressure versus not. And when we were under pressure, we invited more pressure, and they accepted the invitation.
That seems to be becoming a trend, though. Like you've kicked the ball a lot more than handballing in your wins, and then when you've lost, you've fallen into that trap. So is that something that the club needs to work on? No,
we don't set out to let's have a certain kick to handball ratio today. We attack based on what the opposition put before us in terms of the way they want to defend, and usually we're pretty good at discerning between the two. Tonight, and particularly against Richmond, we weren't.
First 20 minutes, you're sitting back wondering, have we turned up here? I mean, they really were a lot more intense early on.
Well, we kicked the first goal, and then just some inexplicable errors handed them 2 goals. So I wouldn't simplify it to that level. I thought we were up. We had the appetite for the contest tonight, and again, I don't buy into the fact that guys don't turn up to play, or that we didn't execute tonight. That was the main problem. I don't think it was. Sure, we've had better effort and better intensity throughout the year, but that wasn't the reason we won or lost. The execution of skill and the decision making when under pressure wasn't there.
Do you feel like there's an issue with being able or not being able to change the course of a game when things go against you? I mean, I'm thinking right off the top here, but your better performances, you seem to have been on right from the start. Like, have you had a good performance this year where you've actually clawed your way back?
It's not something I've really thought of, but we've had plenty of situations throughout the year where we've been under pressure and the opposition have scored, and we've bounced back or found a way to really stay in it. Really, I think only maybe Sydney and Richmond were margins that were just too far for us to claw back, but we continued to fight through. But we were close enough at quarter time. We just and St Kilda didn't score heavily. They missed a few shots, but in the second quarter we just couldn't score. So that was the reason for the margin at half time.
And you mentioned working on the skills at training. Do you find is there enough time to do that? Is that part of the challenge? Working to find the time to actually improve those skills during training rather than the running and the other stuff.
Oh, well, you prioritise, and we'll prioritise. We'll make some changes to we run a football program at North. We don't run a sports science program or a medical program. We'll do what we need to do to get enough time to get our skill execution work done, and I'll be advised by the sports science professionals, and I'll make sure we do what's necessary on the skill front.
Jared Waite got crunched late. Brad, do you know any sort of idea how he is?
Just due to the state of the game and late, we just took him off, and he got a knock to the head. So I'm not sure of the diagnosis, but hopefully he's okay.
So it wasn't his shoulder; it was his head.
No, head. Yep. Yeah, he's just a bit dazed.
Just at 4 and 8 now, Brad, do you mix things up a little bit at selection, maybe have a look at a few other guys?
Not because we want to just purely have a look at guys. We've got a few who are pushing, and Mountford was one of those who was pushing for a few weeks, and I thought he did a great job on Jack Stephen in the first half. And Stephen went forward to his credit and impacted the game, but not on Declan. So he was really pleasing. But at half time we had to try and free the game up to try and score enough to get back in it. But even when we did that, he played a really good role for us, and he's got some speed and he's got good run, and he, to his credit, he takes the game on. So he's got a bit of what we need, actually.
I'm surprised by the way he seems so unfazed in just his second game, taking on one of the stars of the competition. I mean, they're sort of scrapped on the wing in the first half, a really sort of brutal performance.
No, we weren't surprised. We've been looking to give him another opportunity. He played round one, but no, we really encourage him to take it on. And directly we've said to him that if he gets caught, well, we'll work on that. But we'd much prefer him to take the game on and have a crack and maybe make a few mistakes rather than be timid and wait and hope. So we'll keep encouraging him to do that, and we'll see a fair bit more of him, I'm sure.
So you're 4-8, 10 games to go, 2 games outside. You'd probably need to win 8 of the last 10, have sides above you fall over. Like a final's out of the question.
It's a strange season, Rowan. It's going to be... are you going to do your final 8 this week and let everyone know what it's going to be? Because...
Well, I've only got 2 weeks left at the age, so I better go quick.
Hey, mate, you're a senior journalist. Someone will snap you up, I'm sure. But otherwise, you can freelance.
Brad, maybe you could...
What do you think of the T-shirts?
Rowan's T-shirt?
Yeah, Mark of Cain tonight. Great Australian band.
Yeah, I know.
Tune in.
You're a tragic for that sort of stuff, aren't you?
Anyway,
rock and roll traffic. No, we'll continue to play to win, obviously. I mean, if that's a question around will we start to play around with our side to look at other players? No, we don't think those two things are mutually exclusive at the moment. We've got a lot of players who we think can make us better, and so we've got to look at the balance of the side. But yeah, we're still in that group of a number of teams that have still got genuine hope to play in September, and that's our ambition from this point on. So we'll keep trying to play footy that's capable of beating sides in September, and we'll keep picking the team to win games to get enough wins to try and compete.
I'm wanting that pace and line breaking ability. Did someone like a Josh Williams come into?
Yeah, we like Josh. He's fairly light at the moment, but he's got some elite qualities that we really like. It's just a matter of not doing him a disservice. Like Declan Mountford. I mean, we wanted to make sure that we played him round one. We sent him back to the VFL to work on some things and brought him back in when we were, pretty confident that he was going to do the sort of things he did tonight. So we've got to make sure that when we bring Josh in, we bring him in ready to play.
Todd Goldstein.
Thanks,
Todd Goldstein. He's obviously had a tough week, but a pretty good performance tonight.
Yeah, I thought he. Longer was okay, but I thought Goldie took a really good step forward today. Could have impacted the scoreboard. Even he did, but he could have got a few more maybe. And I thought his work rate around the contest was really good. So I said during the week it's sometimes a really fine line for the big guys. And I thought he. Is it premature to say he turned the corner? I thought he took a step forward at least. Thanks.